Greetings. Greetings. I am being reminded by YouTube that we are live streaming. So let me press this got it sign. Let me make sure I don't blast your ears at the top. It's been over a week. It's going to blast. And so I got it before it did. Hi, everyone. Welcome to the show. This is Uncle Vigilante, the Uncle V show, if you will. Or I have that backwards. I'm Uncle V. You can call me Uncle Vigilante. That's what the show is named. So let's see. Last week, was I on this call? I can't remember if I was on or not. I don't think so. I think I had to go to that conference. But a lot has happened this last week, ladies and gentlemen. It has been a bumpy road of getting the Bitmart listing, as everybody knows, and we had to delay it another week, but we got there. We got there and we listed at 11 a.m. on Wednesday. Let the games begin. Yeah, baby. I have with
Huge
me
accomplishment.
you know and love him as well. I know and love him as Pooch. He's been one of my best friends for 25 years. Is my best friend, frankly. He goes by Mr. P. And he is one of my colleagues. Company I work for, we have 22 portfolio companies, and this gentleman is CEO of two of them, and one is a very tech heavy company. So he knows his tech, and he knows all about software releases and working with devs and all the crazy stuff that happens behind the scenes, the sausage making, to be able to create something like E3 being released to the wild, debugging it, all of that good stuff, which has happened. So we had our snapshot. We've had E3 released, and pretty confident that the bugs that always happen afterwards have been found, identified, corrected. Mr. P, can you just give us a little bit of insight into tech and into what happens behind the scenes, and how how often do you release tech that's perfect?
Never.
Pretty succinct. Pretty succinct his answer.
How many times do you update your iPhone, if you have an iPhone or Android, and you always get a message that says, hey, immediately upgrade again because there's a bug fix, right? And these are companies that spend billions and billions and billions of dollars and have thousands upon thousands of engineers and QA engineers and user acceptance testing and beta versions and all this stuff, and they don't get it right. So you're never going to get it right. The key is not to release something with a critical flaw that's just devastating, right? But to get it as close as you can. And oftentimes what you find people doing is doing lots of little incremental releases so that they're not waiting, right, for this huge backlog of tech stuff to be refactored and tested and tested and tested. And E3 was one of those where it was a lot, right? So It took a lot longer. And so hopefully going forward, it can be smaller iterations. I'm sure Todd Lewis would appreciate that because it's just easier to manage smaller releases on a go forward rolling basis than it is big, massive ones. But it was a huge accomplishment. Yes. And to do that with a team of volunteers, largely volunteers, right, is remarkable. Right?
Yeah, because you as CEO of your tech company called SingleCom with two M's, you can go to singlecom.com, and it's amazing technology. You were just up for you've been nominated for the engagement partner of the year award. So congratulations for that. But you have the ability, because you pay your devs to go kick some ass, right? If need be.
Yeah, and it's funny because in today's world, when you do...
I'm losing you a little bit, Poochie.
Okay, I'm going. I'm going to turn my camera off because I'm unstable. Is that better? Can you hear me?
Yeah, turn it back on. We like seeing you, and if it happens...
I know, but I'm having an unstable connection. I think it's the storm, but here, we'll try again.
We'll try again. If not, then we can tickle your instability.
I'm running 1G here, baby. I don't think it's coming through 1G. So
All right. We were talking about you can kick your dev's ass because
yeah,
they're,
you can kick them, but even in today's world, when you kick their asses too hard, they
yeah.
just say, "I'm going home," and you're like, "What do you mean you're going home?" Yeah, I didn't really sign up for all this pressure. I think I'm just gonna go home to mom and dad, because it's usually the smarter guys are the cutting edge guys, are typically on the younger side, right? You
Yes.
know, like the savants when it comes to coding, and they've grown up in the gaming world.
Yep.
And when you put too much pressure on them, they go. And so when you have a community effort, it's really hard because it becomes so personal and so
Compound.
combative. Yeah, it's tough. So hats off to what Todd Lewis had to do. But Todd, let's talk about our big accomplishment. Can
Hold
we
on.
talk about Bitmart?
Yeah, before we do, I would just like to use this as an opportunity because we referenced Todd Lewis and spoke with Todd Lewis this week. And by the end of that call, I was blown away by all of the amazing things that our blockchain can do today, but people just don't know about it. And we're not talking about, subway stops that are down the line. These are things that it can do today. And I asked him, I said, would you be open, Todd, to coming on and let's do a weekly show together where it's your movie. It's you and your engineer's movie to be able to educate the audience. Because what I know is that the folks who watch this love them some Epic Cash and are sponges to any information that they can get. And if you could help the community by coming in and educating us, taking a real deep dive just once a week. And Mike, I would Pooch, Mr. P, I would love for you to come on too, because you can likely ask some questions that I don't know to ask because of your rich experience with running a tech company. But he's committed to do that once a week. And in my rich imagination, I think there is an army of the best meme makers in crypto within our community who are smart enough to be able to take each one of those hour-long education sessions and going in and carving out, 2 minutes and 20 seconds or less of it. So it becomes something that is it's a Todd Lewis soundbite, and it can be we could do a tweet and just spread it all around the universe. And I just can't wait. So it's going to be called Tech Talk with Todd Lewis, and it's going to happen weekly. He's getting with his engineers now to be able to set a time that is good for all of them with the development that he can commit to. So it likely won't be this next week, or it might. I don't know. I'm at the ready. I can do it anytime in the evening. So it would probably be like a 6 or 7 o'clock time slot. And I hope that works for all of you as well. So, but yeah, Tech Talk with Todd Lewis. We're going to take a deep dive. And I think that's going to attract a lot of new, probably tech nerds. And I say that with love, who are going to go ahead, Mike.
I was just going to say, I don't know about that. Everybody says, why did you get into Epic? And what you're talking about right now, that's why I got into Epic, right? It's truly private. It's super lightweight, so it's better for the environment, right? It enables peer-to-peer transactions like no other, and it's super fast, right? So when I think about Epic, to me, that's what I've wanted to be, spewing to the world for a long time. So to hear Todd talk about that, and we can dumb it down in a way, I think this is greater than just speaking to the tech community. We're going to hopefully speak to everybody on a somewhat lower, dumber down version than the super tech community, right? Because I think a lot of those guys can appreciate it to take and read code. But I think
agree with you.
I think this is what's been missing for quite some time, man. This is and if you just listen to Todd Lewis talk about it with such, I mean, he's in love with the blockchain, right? And that's his job. I mean, and so for people to really understand why Epic is special and why they should consider it, I think that's what we need to be talking about. And that's what we need to be putting out into the universe. And so you couldn't make me happier to participate in those.
I was delighted when he when he said yes, that would be a good idea. And I asked him, I said, would you be able to field enough content week to week? And he says, absolutely. This is such an amazing, our tech is so amazing. And when he has that kind of confidence, and, you know, frankly, I needed a little boost, because after the ups and downs of, you know, Bitmart's open for listing, no, it's not really, because we forgot to test a couple of things and you can't deposit. It takes 8 confirmations and the confirmations aren't going through. You know, that was finally all tested and fixed and proper by Monday, when we could deposit our coins. Thank you, Bitmart team. Thank you, Epic team. Huge shout out to all of our Debs, Pool Boy, Black Tiger, Islo. Just, I'm sorry if I left people out, but absolute veritable rock stars, and so important to our community. These volunteers who are really, really leaning in to be able to help us all. So yes, Tech Todd with Todd Lewis is going to be a thing. And Mike and I were talking about, and I know we're going to talk about this today, that we also believe that we need to dedicate an hour in a week that's very open and inclusive to other people to talk about marketing. So, okay, I interrupted you, Mike. Back to let's talk Bitmart.
I'm gonna have to get you a timer too, it seems like.
I gave all my 2-minute timers away. Sorry.
Yeah. So, let's talk about Bitmart. I was really fascinated by I read a lot of Telegram channels, right?
Yeah.
And I saw a lot of chatter about the big pump and dump.
There was a lot of people concerned. I got a DM the night before. Actually, the night before was it the list? Yeah, it was the night before the trading happened. And one gentleman was just saying, yeah, you know, in the circles I run with, there's just lots of chatter that there's going to be a pump and dump. And
let's talk about that, Todd. Let's just look. Wow. All right. So I'm looking at Bitmart right now. I think we opened higher than 236. Is that safe to say?
Yeah, we opened at 290 and it went up to 304 was its Bitmart.
304 versus 290. Now that's a pump. That's a pump. All right. So you can't have a pump and dump without the pump. You can't have a pump without some obnoxious, over the top, ridiculous, overreaching marketing campaign. So none of that happened. So what did we accomplish? We accomplished getting on Bitmart. That's a huge accomplishment.
Huge.
And so now we're in a position, I think, with, you know, all of us as a community to start talking about why we all love Epic, right? Because we all are in this for the long haul, clearly, because there was no dumping. In fact, you know, when you look at it, nobody's selling either, but there's clearly not enough attention being drawn to Epic because there's no buyers, right? There's probably less than 1,000 Epics worth of open to buy orders that are not either, you know, like stink bids, which are less than, you know, 10 cents, right, per Epic, which would be crazy. So there's the majority of them are those, and there's some market maker orders in there. When you take that out, there's only 1,000 open orders, and they're all, you know, for the most part, less than $2. So clearly, we need to get the word out. And, you know, when you look at your following, Uncle, you got 2,000. If everybody told 5 of their friends, now that we're on Bitmart, it's so easy for people to get in there and buy. That's what I think we need to focus on. And, you know, you and I come from some pretty illustrious, you know, marketing experiences, right? Direct to consumer in particular. And everybody says, well, why don't you do this? And why don't you do that? And I'll tell you, yeah, the answer is not, why don't you? It's, we got to test, right? You want to cast that net wide, right? And then spend as little as you can on those tests. And then when you get a little nibble, You got to chum the water some more. And then when they start biting, you just start reeling them in, right? You got to go deep. You got to find what works and then just go for it. But it's going to take the community to do that. We've got great content because we've got a great story, right?
Yeah,
Epic is, I
absolutely.
mean, it's a great story. And everybody, we'll talk about, oh, well, you just released E3. And then what about all these subway stops, as you refer to? You can take all of that stuff away. But what you got right now is special. And we
It's
just
very
need to
special.
tell everybody about it,
Yeah.
right? And the fact that it's on Bitmart, right, adds another entry point that's way easier potentially than, because over the counter can be a little scary, right?
Yep.
You can get ripped off. You read about that all the time. Vite is, I like Vite, but it's harder for people and it's just trickier, right? I mean,
Yeah.
how easy can it be to go to Bitmart?
Yeah.
And if you want to use Apple Pay, you can use Apple Pay, right?
Mhm.
Buy yourself some USDT, click, search for Epic USDT pair, click on it and go buy some and store it.
Done.
It's unbelievable, right? It's the easy button. So the beauty of it is, obviously it didn't pump and dump, and it didn't just dump. I mean, it is what we thought it was. It's a great opportunity. And I'm really appreciative for all the grassroots efforts that we've had today.
Yeah.
Like at least from a marketing standpoint, what you did last weekend, what Mother Truckers continue to do, all the volunteers. I know Thistle's done some stuff as well.
Yep.
Not trying to leave anybody out. I know we've picked up some YouTubers across the globe now, which is phenomenal. But I think it's time to get this core group. And it doesn't have to be a core group. The whole community can be the group if they want to participate. But anybody that wants to participate in coming up with marketing ideas and then helping to bring
Ex-
those to life, I think would be a remarkable opportunity. And
well,
again, it's really
yeah.
to spread the word, right?
Yeah, yeah. Well, I think that's where we're at right now. I was talking with you this morning. We both share a background where before we met, we were both in the printing industry. And with the printing industry, you have these giant printing presses. And before you can start printing catalogs or magazines or anything, you have to go through a make ready. And that make ready is getting all of the ink in there, getting the paper in there, getting it fed through, getting it to where it's registered, all of that good stuff. But you can't start, turning it on without electricity. And so right now, where I feel we are, Epic Cash, we have gone through this giant 2.5 year make ready, right? Where we have no excuse but to plug that sucker in and use the energy to be able to just let that printing press go. So what is the energy? That's all of our energy to be grassroots marketers and to, as a community, it's pay to play out there. We did have about 40 people who helped us to be able to, even get on Bitmart because we had to fund the market maker, which was $30,000 of USDT, $30,000 worth of Epic. And then you have to pay the marketer $3,000 per month, and you have to pay 3 months in advance. Now, you have to put a little bit of extra cushion of both Epic Cash value and of USDT. So if, as they're trading back and forth, something happens and something dips, if it dips below 20,000 USDT, you have to add to it, or you're at risk of being delisted. Now, so we have accounted for that. So the rest of the money that's in there right now, I think I looked, that's on Vite, is like maybe 10 grand or something. So what we intend to do, and Enrique has been doing a really good job. He's gotten us the names, not names, but all of the at whatever you go by on Telegram. We're going to create a private group that's just going to include those folks. And why private? It's because those are the ones who should be able to vote on where we're going to market and what. And that's where we're going to have some great conversations. We invite all of you. You can still donate and should donate, because I look at it as I'm going to keep donating, because this is like investing in my business. My bag is my business. And the more awareness we get out there, the more buyers we're going to bring. Without buyers, we're just going to have this, $2 to $3 range. Now,
Yep.
I want to address something that's just very important to me because I take my credibility seriously. But we had someone go into multiple channels and absolutely disparage me. So let me be really crystal clear because I don't care. Is I started covering Epic Cash and acquiring it at 18 cents. And I dollar cost averaged in every single month. And I also did something that I would never recommend others do, but I did it. I liquidated my 401ks, my IRAs, and whole life insurance policies. And I've been investing. I invested that in, I'm in no other coin but Epic Cash. So am I a whale? Yeah, you could consider me a whale. Now, smart guy told me, and I since told others, as God is my witness, that the smart thing to do is take 10 or 20% of your Epic Cash. And once you're on Bitmart, go in and set limit sell orders. So I have not sold one Epic Cash. Why? Because my first limit sell order is, I believe it's $6.95, which is 10 cents higher than our all-time high. And then I went up in increments of $5 or even $10, all the way up to, putting 1,000 coins at $130, right? Well, if things got crazy and our Epic Cash, gets evangelized to the right places and there's enough buyers that come in that ultimately fills that $130 order, everyone watching this now is going to be doing jumping jacks. But that is just placing limit orders and letting orders come to you. I anticipated that it would probably take 1 to 2 years for those to fill. And then I still have the huge majority of my bag that I'm never going to touch. I'm going to let the subway come to me. So the bank of me, I can take advantage of that. Yeah. One last thing, because this is very important, but this person, just because I moved a lot of Epic over, it's all based upon percentages. My 10 to 20% will likely be bigger than your 10 to 20%, Pooch, because you came in well after me. And the next person, it's not about that. But what I have done and you have done, because Bitmart, you were on that call, Bitmart requested you have to have inventory in there at different increments. Is that not true, Mike?
That's true. But I just have one simple question. Just one simple question.
Yes.
Have you ever sold one Epic?
Not one Epic, not on Vite, not on Bitmart, not one Epic. And this,
I know you donated, right? I know you've donated.
Well, people watching this know.
But have you ever placed an order on Vite or now on Bitmart and actually
I have zero limit orders on Vite. I've never done that. I just I could care less about BTC. And I'm just not that guy who has the attention span or want or need to go play arbitrage and buy and trade. I'm not a trader. I'm a hodler. I believe in Epic Cash. I believe it when Max, throws out, what seems like crazy talk of, we're going to be at $1,000 in the not too distant future, meaning within maybe 2-3 years, or maybe even 10,000. But when he says that BTC is going to hit 100,000 before Epic, but Epic will hit 1 million before BTC, I believe him. I believe in Todd Lewis. I believe in this project. So when that person went in and just absolutely disparaged my name, saying Uncle V is dumping on the community, I take great offense and I say, well, I'm not going to give you the middle finger, but I did in a DM and you're blocked from those channels. But I want to let everyone know, everybody should responsibly take profits. And for me, and this, Pooch, for me, what do I want to do with those? Keep them in USDT? No, there are certain places who buy and sell gold where you can buy gold with USDT, or if you have to convert it to Bitcoin for a piece, right? So that's what I want to be in, is an appreciating asset. So then, that's a little bit, that's the only diversification I want, is Epic Cash and gold or silver or precious metals or whatever. So that's my long-term strategy. You know me, I've always been transparent with the community, but no, I've not sold one Epic Cash.
There you go.
There you go.
That's it.
Yeah,
that's the bottom line. I mean, and that's important. I haven't either. So we're in the same boat.
Yeah, that's right. And you and I established a strategy together, didn't we? About what we thought would be reasonable of being able to just let the orders come to us. Mother trucker, I'm talking to you. Did we not have the same conversation? And did you not do the same thing? Pete, I'm talking to you. Did we not have the same conversation? And did you not do the same thing? Look, guys, it's just real simple. It's called responsible profit taking. Now, the people who you might be a little PO'd at are those people who put these amazingly low, like 0.01, I'll buy
0.001. I'll buy 50,000 at 0.001. I mean, I'm all for capitalism and I'm a capitalist, but geez, that's offensive. So if somebody goes in and wants to sell
$50, so someone is willing to buy 50 Epic at $50, somebody goes in and just takes a literal dump, like I was accused of. I'll tell you what taking a dump would have been. It would have been for me going in an opening day, just because my basis is, let's say, under $1, is going in and saying, you know what, it's not bad to double or go 50% on my money. Let's sell as much as I can at $1.50. That wouldn't have been a pump, because you can't pump a proof of work coin, guys. But that sure as hell could have been a dump. I didn't sell one coin. So for that person, let my middle finger reign high in your mind. Okay, I just had to get that off the chest, my chest, and because
you look lighter now.
I look lighter now. Yeah,
yes.
I was a little puffy. Puffy.
Hey, I've got to drop at 12:30, but I put a little note here in the chat. For you can read that to the group when it fits in.
Where is it?
I said the chat. I said, basically, according to all the economists that are out there, we are, because of all the money that the Fed's been printing, you are going to have sustained minimum 5 to 6% inflation per year for the next 5 to 6 years. Right? The dollar is going to be worth half as much as what you can buy, half as much as what you could buy in a few years as you could today. Putting your money into Epic is a phenomenal way to prevent losing your savings, right? People work hard for their savings, and to watch it be worth half in a few years is horrible. So anyway, that was my note.
Thank you.
I've got to drop.
Yeah, I know you have a hard stop, and I am going to keep it nice and succinct and short. So actually, I think I'm just going to read a little bit. Thank you, Pooch. Love you.
Take care, buddy. See
All
you.
right, have a great weekend. So I'm just going to look in the chat, say hi to you wonderful people. Sorry for my little rant, and probably would be unnecessary. My position should probably be, I don't give a crap. This is my business. But I told a lot of people to be able to do the same thing. And I think it's totally responsible. And I hope some orders fill at $10, at $20, at $30, at $40, at $50, all the way up. That is not dumping on your community. As a matter of fact, that is displaying astonishing a commitment to the fact that you believe that our price go up technology is going to come. And again, it's kind of fun. Set it and forget it. I don't look at Epic price daily anymore. So I'm not going to check my Bitmart balance daily. In a few months, I go in there, and if there's any USDT in there, God bless America and everywhere else out there. But that would be a good thing. Be a high class problem, wouldn't it? But isn't the idea that at some point in time, we can all get our initial investment out and then do with it what we want? And then everything else is just, boy, oh boy, call it gravy. Now you're playing with house money, right? And I think that's smart. I think every investor should do that. I didn't get into crypto to lose 95% of my assets. Did you? No. So we won't. All right. Enough said. Okay. Mother Trucker. Oh my gosh. Thank you last weekend. You were so amazing. We did our conference. And I know that we, probably a dozen new wallets came from that. Anybody watching this? Hello, if we met you last weekend. It was really, really fantastic, phenomenal. Loved all those people and loved spending time with you, Mother Trucker. You are a rock star. And unfortunately, Mother Trucker's rig, her, she's a Mother Trucker for a reason. She's a mother and she's a trucker, broke down outside of Tampa. And the part that she needed, I just found out this morning that she hasn't gotten it yet. So she's still outside of Tampa. And so throwing all kinds of positive thoughts your way, MT. Okay. So yeah, let's see. We have Wolfie in the house. We have Mother Trucker, Mike Freeman. Hello, Lydia. Love you. Epic Writing. Let's see. I'm gonna Batahan Yidrim. I'm destroying that, but you will forgive me, please. Lydia, Mike Freeman. Looks like you guys are having a good conversation in there. Paul Guero's in the house. And who else? It looks like Barry Atkins came. Hi, Barry. And IT 300. And Barry, there you go. There we go. Thank you for watching. We have 622 watching and only 16 thumbs up. Come on, sports fans, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and please communicate it to other people, because right now, guys, we have zero excuse. We have the best blockchain in the industry, layer one. We have a non-KYC exchange for those who are interested in non-KYC. We have a KYC exchange that there's a whole hell of a lot of people out there really comfortable with KYC and would like to buy it. And guys, we're under $10. You know what has happened to Bitcoin. We are under $10 and we have, better tech. It's 2019 tech. We have Mimblewimble. Tune in when I tell you to tune in to the Tech Talk with Todd Lewis, a show that we're going to be doing weekly. And we have our E3 released, and the bugs have been, detected, have been fixed, and everybody's feeling really, really good about that. The upgraded GUI wallet is almost there, and I know the folks working on that are working on that user experience being even better. I think once that happens and once that really gets rocking, it is going to be a lot of us are going to be pulling a lot of our coins off into our own wallet, local wallet. And I also I'm not setting any kind of timeline, but all I know is got word that Diego and his wallet, he's really feeling good about the development of it. Like I said, everyone, it took E3 being released before lots of the good, fun things can happen. So all of that has been accomplished. And yes, maybe it was delayed. Let's even call it a half year, right? Because of things that were outside our control. So those people who have left the Epic community because they felt that we over committed, well, you just don't understand tech development. And guess what? We're here now. So everybody, let's take a little bow, applaud the community, those 40 plus of you who donated. Thank you. Stay tuned. You'll be getting an invite once we finalize that entire list. Enrique just needs a little bit more time to do that. I will spin up a group and you will all be added. And then that's where we're going to start talking about marketing. And I encourage every single one of you out there, start using your own noggin. There's been a lot of people who've done a lot of wonderful things. Whether it's with creating the Epic swag, or whether it's Mother Trucker putting her signs on her rigs. Others have been doing so much as well. Find conferences local to you, and we have some really great handout material. The PDFs. You can just go to the Epic Cash channel and ask, and we can send you the PDF that you can have printed at your local, be it Kinko's, Office Depot, Office Max, whatever is left out there. I think they merge. But yeah, how do we get to $1,000 per Epic? One holder at a time. And I look at myself in the mirror and I say, Uncle V, we get there based upon the energy you put into this today. And so my commitment to everyone is I'm going to continue to put as much energy as I can afford, and still be kick-ass with my day job, but guys, in it for the long haul. We have everything we need. We don't need anything else. Other nice things are going to come out. And when they do, we're all going to be happy. But there's nothing stopping me or you from evangelizing Epic. And it really begins by becoming, well-versed in all of the positive attributes of Epic. And we're all going to be a lot smarter after our weekly conversations with Todd Lewis. TED Talk with Todd Lewis. I am so stoked about that. I can't even tell you. So everybody, love you. I really do. And thank you. Thank you for just, sounds so cliche, but making our community epic, because it really is such positive energy in there. And when there's not, usually we're getting better at identifying those ankle biter trolls who have no place in there. And I love you moderators who are getting really good at identifying and getting rid of those people. All right, that's it. I have rumbled enough. Everybody else couldn't be here because it's just one of those weeks where everybody had other things to do, like I did last Friday. So thank you. Have a great weekend.